Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about my crafts. Since I joined the Facebook group called 52 Weeks Sewing Challenge at the beginning of this year, I've been sewing quite a lot more than usual. He's my dog. And that's why I decided to make a separate video of whatever I sew. The Facebook group has a challenge for each week, and last time I showed you in my last video, the last week that I showed was week number 19. I guess this was what I showed you. It's the Audet T-shirt I talked about, but whichever week this was, I mentioned that it was a trial version for another piece of the same pattern, because I was due to get some fabric from a fabric designer. And so I had skipped week 17, and there is a makeup thread in the Facebook group where you can, make up for the weeks that you skip. And I made another Audet T-shirt to make up for week number 17, and this is that T-shirt. I'll put a video of me wearing it on top in a while. But yeah, this fabric is a collaboration between me and the fabric designer Mellow Designs or whatever. I'll put the link down below in the description box. So I got this fabric for free in exchange for some visibility and some feedback on how it was to sew and how durable it is to wear. I've washed this T-shirt a couple of times. But yes, so that was the fabric and the pattern. So it's Audet T-shirt by Maison Victor. It's a French or francophone, French-speaking sewing magazine, and it has a website. This is size 42, as is the blue one that I'm wearing, and the fabric, this one is quite a bit sturdier than the one I originally made. So it's nice and flexible, has a lot of stretch, but it's sturdy, so it's easy. I'd say it's easier to cut and easier to sew than for example this one. I didn't make any modifications to the pattern. I felt it was a good fit, and maybe you'll see the video of me wearing the shirt here on top right now. It's a very, very basic T-shirt. It has more or less two pieces, front piece and the back piece, and then you cut sort of strips of fabric for the neckline and for the sleeves. And in the sleeves, it's a sort of a double strip of fabric that you sew in the armhole, and then you just fold it in half and you attach it at the shoulder. I just did a few stitches by hand, and then you attach it here under the arm. So that's the t-shirt, and I've been wearing, like I said, I've been wearing it a couple of times, washed it a few times, and so far so good. The fabric holds pretty well, and I haven't noticed any discoloration. So yeah, I've been pretty happy with the shirt, and I made some. Let's see. I can't see the screen too well. I hope that the stitch in the hem is visible, but yeah. So one Odette t-shirt more, one more Odette t-shirt, and that was the makeup for week 17. And then I showed you 18 and 19 last time, and then the challenge for week 20 was Procrastination Sew. Well, it was pretty much how you interpreted it. Either you had sort of been procrastinating in sewing, so you're just fiddling, doing little stuff but not getting it done, or well, as I see it, you were supposed to do something else, but you went ahead and sewed something as a procrastination sew. I made some face masks, and I'm not going to show them here because I've sewn and shown you some before, and it's the same pattern. But that was what I made for week number 20. And then for week number 21, the challenge was to sew a bathing suit. I have one. I don't need another one. Sewing a bathing suit, well, it's just not what I wanted to even try. I buy some from the store and they're fine for me. So and besides, I don't need several bathing suits. I have one that fits me, and I'm happy with that. I don't swim that much. I haven't swam this summer, and it's June 13th today. Maybe I will later. Anyway, so I rejected the challenge, but the thing in the group is that you can go rogue, whatever that means. For going rogue for me was to sew another Audet t-shirt. This fabric is from Eurokangas, so it's a fabric store in Jyväskylä. The t-shirt fabric here is lighter than this one. It's even lighter than the blue. It's very has a lot of drape. So I decided that it would probably be better if I made it a size smaller than the two others that I have. So this is size 40, but otherwise it's the same t-shirt, and because the fabric is like this, very drapey, I decided not to fold the sleeves. I'm probably showing you the video of me wearing this shirt at the moment. But yeah, so the sort of sleeves are just straight without any fold. And I'll just try and see how much smaller the size 42 is, possibly. I'm not sure how it's how easy it'll be to show you because of the difference in the fabric. Let's see. Well, it doesn't even see. It's just because this flower fabric is so drapey and stretchy. It pretty much looks as wide as the size 42. It's not. There was maybe a centimeter of difference in the pieces, which makes 4 centimeters around. But the fabric stretches so much that you really don't. It looks the same here when I put them like on top of each other. So that's why it really matters what kind of a fabric you use, or it's a factor that determines the size you're making, at least in my case. I possibly could have made even one size smaller in this flower fabric because it's stretches so much. It would have been a bit more fitted than well, it's not fitted at all pretty much at the moment, but yeah, I like all the 3 of them. They're all very wearable, and I like them, and they were really easy to sew because you just have like the shoulder seams, then you attach the neckband, you attach actually I made the side seams next, and then I attached the sort of a sleevey thing, and then the hemming, which is what's most difficult in this shirt because it's a curved hem, and I've talked about this in my previous episodes. But yeah, they're nice. I like them. And for those of you who are interested in my haircut, here it is. Way shorter than it was. You know, I think it's a lot more appropriate for the summer. Really like it. Now, I'm in the countryside, and apparently I forgot a few things that I have sewn at home. I'll show them to you in a future video, whenever that is. But so week number 22 I have at home. The challenge for week number 23 was to sew something vintage inspired. I didn't. Another rejected challenge, but I did want to try and sew a foldable shopping bag because they're handy. Now, a tip from me to you. If you ever consider making a foldable shopping bag, you will want to consider what type of fabric is good for that use. I actually sort of did, but well, ended up not having a shopping bag that will fold correctly, but it does fold. Here's mine, and here's how small it is when folded. So this I made following the tutorial from YouTube channel called DIY Today's Sewing and Embroidery, and I will link it down below. I used some bias tape, is it? That was just my own doing. In the video they like hemmed the fabric, but this fabric is too thick. I just like the look of it. I bought it from Eurokangas back at home in Jyväskylä. but it's supposed to, have this small pocket, and it's supposed to be folded inside the pocket. But like I said, mine is too big. But it's okay. I mean, it's pretty small. If you have a sizable handbag, it'll fit into that, and then you do have a reasonable size shopping bag whenever you fancy something when you're going about, and this will fit quite a lot of stuff in it. I didn't use or didn't buy that very, very fine fabric that you really should, because I thought, okay, it will probably not hold the weight of your shopping. But well, come to think of it, maybe it is a better choice anyway. But it is usable, just not quite the way I thought. So this is how it's opened up, and then you fold it from the sides, and then you're supposed to, let's see, I can take the pocket out, and then you should just sort of fold this into a little nice package, but this will be way too thick to fit in my pouch. So that's why I fold it differently. But it's fine. It's fine. And I like the look of it. I actually love the bias tape. This is something I bought from Lidl, from the grocery store Lidl, because they have all sorts of things. But yeah, that's my week number 23, even though not following the challenge. Week number 24 is something I have at home. It's another rejected one, but I'll show you that later. And then week number 25 was to sew something monochromatic. So I think just one color is what it means. I rejected that, and I made some more face masks, because you still need some face masks. And the last one I've marked down is week number 26, and the challenge was to quilt or bind something. I'm not a quilter, and I didn't want to start because I have other things to do. Besides, that was a week that I was at my mother's all week with my daughter, and I decided to sort of interpret it creatively. So I was there at my mother's, and my daughter was there. So we had 3 generations present, and my daughter needs more t-shirts and more shorts. So all the 3 of us went to a fabric store, an Eurokangas, that she has close to her, and we bought a piece of fabric. And then we went back to my mom's. She cut me the pieces for a t-shirt and a pair of shorts, and I sewed it, and it was for my daughter. So it sort of binds 3 generations together. So accepted, right? Challenge accepted. Okay, anyway, so here's the t-shirt. So we didn't have a pattern, we just had a t-shirt that fits my daughter, and my mom used that as a template of some sort, and I sewed it together. So this fabric is just a regular t-shirt fabric, nice and stretchy, and very like lightweight, and it's this gray stuff with some stripes. While I was sewing this, my mom cut out a pair of shorts and pinned it ready for me, and I didn't look. I just started sewing it until I discovered that she actually had the fabric the wrong way around. She didn't look closely enough, but you know, it's this sort of a, what's the word? Well, whatever. This is the same fabric, but as you can see, this one has clear stripes, and this one, well, the stripes aren't as clear. This is the sort of the right side, but it's in the inside of the pants. It doesn't matter, of course, and you can't tell that the fabric is the wrong way around. If you look closely enough, you will see, as you know, the fabric looks different. It's like knits and pearls when you're knitting. So yeah, it is the wrong way out in this, but it doesn't matter at all. So this is just a small pair of shorts. Just we had only this small piece of fabric left, and my mom used it all up. I put some of the elastic here in the back of the shorts, so just so that it'll be easier to know which way is back. Sometimes when you just getting your clothes on pretty quickly, you don't want to waste any time in determining, okay, which way is right, front, and which is back. It is, of course, easy to tell, but when you're in a hurry, or just, it'll be easier to have it like this. So yes, a set of a t-shirt and some shorts for my daughter, and that was my week number 26. Now, like I mentioned, I'm at the countryside right now. I don't have my sewing machine here, obviously. I think they do have a sewing machine in the building, in the building, but there's a lot of hassle in here. It's our family and my sister-in-law's family, so really not a good place to be sewing anything. So I'm going to skip some weeks as long as we're here, I guess, and then I'm going to try and catch up with the challenges once we go back home. But yeah, it's sort of easier to be here when it's really, really hot, because we don't have air conditioning at home. There is some sort of an air conditioning machine, whatever it's called, in here. Besides, it's a really big old wooden house, so they are relatively wouldn't say cold, but they don't get as hot inside as like brick houses and apartment buildings. So we're here, and besides, the kids are on their summer vacation, so we'll see when we get back and when I get back to sewing. But you'll see a video somewhere someday. Until then, I hope you have a really nice time. You're enjoying your days, whatever they're like, and happy sewing.